Welcome to Cashin' In with Carville for October the 7th. I'm Zach Ewing with the one and only James Carville. James, a sort of a lousy weekend for Louisiana football last weekend. We're hoping for better this time around.
Stunk. I mean, we lose at two home games, and neither one to what I would call stellar teams. Right? It was a lousy team.
Similar games too. Had the lead going into the fourth quarter in both games, and just couldn't seem to find the offense to put the game away or the defense to get that last stop.
Right. It was, but when you start losing games like that late, I would, and I'm just automatic on the Saints. You would be a rich person if you bet on Sean Payton the week after a loss. I mean, that's just when they lose the next week. Their record of covering is very high.
Again, a reminder of the rules. James doesn't pick LSU or the Saints.
I don't
games,
pick LSU.
He's giving you some advice here. So
that's my advice is look up Sean Payton's record after a loss. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. And as for LSU, it doesn't get any easier. Kentucky, Florida, I think Ole Miss, and then Alabama.
Hey, you don't forget A&M, Arkansas. But I think we got ULM stuck somewhere in there. Look, we hang out in a tough neighborhood. That's just what it is. And it was, thus it was, thus it is, thus it shall be. And, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Very, very important game in Lexington this weekend, I would think.
It really is. It's because if we lose that game, the whole thing could move away from us here.
It sinks fast at that point.
I think it was 3-point underdog to Kentucky. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. 3.5, actually. Yeah.
3.5. Make you laugh. I'm not. Instead of LSU and the Saints, there was a legendary sports TV personality here by the name of Hap Hardy, and some of our older viewers will remember Hap well. And he used to have his blue plate special. And so I got outside of our pick, I got 2 blue plate specials this weekend. One, West Virginia gets 3 at Baylor. I like West Virginia. And the 49ers are getting 6 in Arizona. I like the 49ers. So I got 2 road dogs for the blue plate special.
West Virginia and the San Francisco 49ers. We're having our dessert first here. We'll get into the main course.
Yeah. Well, this is just because I don't pick, the Saints and the LSU. I figure I'll try to give our viewers another place to try to win.
All right. And your picks last week for the first time all year, I think you were 2-4, but still 15-9 for the season. So
yeah, T-Boy had a toothache, and his son had to get a pair of pliers, so he wasn't feeling too good. But he's back up and running.
All right. Well, let's get to the picks for this week. Then we will start with the Red River rivalry, as it's called now, at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. That is the Oklahoma Sooners laying 3 points against their rival Texas Longhorns.
Okie. I'm an Okie from Muskogee.
All right. I came from Bakersfield, so there you go. I like that.
There you go. You're from Bakersfield?
I worked there for 10 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah. They used to be a huge speech festival there. I've been there any number of times.
The Bakersfield Business Conference you're talking about. Yeah. What a small world.
Yeah. I've been there for like 4 times.
I've been there a couple times myself. Not in the same capacity as you, though. So that's the game. That's the game of the week in the Big 12. That'll get you started at 11 a.m. Central Time. And James Carville likes the Sooners -3. I guess the game of the week in the SEC. It's a little difficult to pinpoint this week, but it is the CBS game of the week. Georgia at Auburn, big rivalry game there as well. And the Dogs, who have just rolled over everybody this year, are road favorites by 15 points.
Take the dog against the Dogs.
All right, the Auburn Tigers, who came into LSU and won last week, and Georgia thumped Arkansas. So both teams riding high, and we like the points there. The big game in the Big Ten, and probably around the nation, Penn State comes to Iowa City. This game opened to pick 'em, but right now it's Iowa -2.5.
Penn State.
Taking Penn State with the points.
Correct.
All right, so in our college games, we have Oklahoma, Auburn, and Penn State. Moving on to the NFL, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and the Cincinnati Bengals off to a 3-1 start. They're home against the Green Bay Packers, catching 3. Who do we like? Packers -3.
I feel like a traitor here. Packers.
All right. Well, Joe will understand. He'll laugh after he wins it.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll. I hope that I hope it looks like he and Jamar Chase are off to what you'd expect kind of start if he stays healthy and they can anyway block him. Look, I think Max Johnson one of the best quarterbacks in college football. I mean, if you got no run game, you imagine what that takes away from you.
Yeah, no, I mean you're right, and he's been pretty solid so far without that.
Very solid. He's really good. I think. Our problem, traditionally, LSU's problem has been at the quarterback position. That is not the case. Definitely not.
No, it's a strange year for sure. Out in LA, the Chargers riding high after a Monday Night Football win. They are -1.5 against the Cleveland Browns, another team heavy on LSU alum.
Yeah, I'll go Cleavage here.
Okay, Cleveland +1.5 there. And then the Sunday nighter, one of the bigger games of the year thus far, the Buffalo Bills at Kansas City. Kansas City -2.5.
Buffalo.
All right, we're taking the Bills. They have looked like world beaters so far.
Oh man, Josh Allen looked like he's, I don't know who, Tom Brady, or Johnny Unitas or something.
Looks fantastic. So those are our picks. We have Oklahoma, Auburn, and Penn State in the college game. We're going Packers, Browns, and Bills in the NFL. We had our dessert first. How about a little lanyap? Who do you like to win the World Series, James? The playoffs have started now.
God, man, I watched that game last night. It was good. It was tense, so I just kind of broke it open a little bit. I was torn because I love Max Scherzer, season ticket holder to the Nats. And Max Scherzer is like, turned heroes of mine. He's in some way in Joe Burrow league, okay? But Adam Wainwright, I mean, that guy's 40 years old, and he's a gutsy ball. They're not fashionable to pick, but something tells me the Astros going to hang around for a while.
People around here like to hear that.
I would really, my preference would be the Tampa Bay and the Giants. I think that the story of the 2021 San Francisco Giants is just one of the most remarkable stories in sports because no one saw it coming.
No, you're right.
You generally
7 wins.
Yeah. I mean, they just kept winning. And that guy from LSU, he's going to pitch the first game for him.
Kevin Gausman.
Yeah, and he's good. I mean, he's having a hell of a year.
That will be one heck of a series, Georgia, Dodgers and Giants.
Yeah, and we got LeMahieu and to the Yankees, and we got Alex Bregman, going. And I saw that they took Kim Mulkey's son, Kramer Robinson. The Cardinals took him on a travel team, so I think he had 300 in AAA.
Yeah, and he can steal some bases, which I think that if they needed one, he would have been on the base paths last night.
Right, he's a real athlete, and he's a comer, absolutely. And I'm excited about the new LSU baseball coach too. I think we're going to be good.
Yeah, they start in fall practice this week as well. So a little bit of everything on Cashin' In with Carville this week. We hope you log on NOLA.com/cashin' make your picks and try to beat James Carville. And James, we thank you, and we'll see you next week.
You bet. Hat Roddy, Blue Plate Special. Okay.